Hey guys, this is LandMac32 here. We are back with another me and Ace are back with another reaction video. This is episode 2 of season 5 of Victor Tanzik's Stories of Sodor competition. So, last episode, what happened? Um, Hold on.
My stream. Right.
Wait,
Where did it go?
so we last episode was vandalism. Yeah, a pretty strong start to the series. But really interested in what this one's going to be because like obviously it's about like the competition that the rails were facing with the roads in the 1960s because that was a big thing that happened everywhere really. But yeah, if I got nothing to say, then well, let's begin.
All right.
The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries, and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor.
All right.
Something I forgot to mention in my last batch of stories was that following the Great Storm of '63, construction began on a road bridge to the
Oh yeah.
mainland, and by an extraordinary stroke
Oh
of bad
man.
luck, it was completed the day of Jeffrey's
Oh
crash.
no, that was
Many of
extremely
our
bad luck.
passengers looking to
Oh
reach the
wow. Yeah.
mainland chose to drive or take the bus in order to avoid delays. Even after the line was cleared, a good portion didn't come back. Our freight services also took a hit as the island was invaded by an army of lorries. And I'm sorry to
Mm.
say, not all of us took this downturn in stride. Stupid nonsense. What is? The foreman just told me this train's been cancelled. The client has decided to go with them. I wouldn't have brought these vans over if I'd have known. I'd have had a breakdown. Too bad you didn't. I'd be able to do my work in peace. Bug off, Onslow. With an attitude like
Onslow.
that, it's no wonder
Huh.
the client has gone elsewhere.
Interesting.
It's got nothing to do with attitude. They're only using you because you're cheaper. What's your point? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. Git. What's worse is his lot are actually doing us a favor. Did you know we lose money on most of our goods trains? No, I didn't. Who told you that? My driver, a friend of his, works at Control. He said most of Sodor's freight traffic operates at a loss. It's really only the bulk items like oil, coal, and lumber that do well. Then why do we handle
Makes
anything
sense.
else? Contractual
Yeah.
obligations, many of which have expired recently. Since they weren't renewed, Control has been able to streamline operations, which is proving to be a terrific economy. It's rather bizarre how doing less work is making us more money. I'm sure the same can't be said for our passenger trains. You're right about that. We're down to using a single coach for most services. If the numbers get
Mm.
any lower, we might start using Toad, which we probably will. Have you seen the new double decker they brought in?
Oh yeah. This
Oh,
is Bulgy.
Bulgy.
Yeah.
What's that pile of driftwood doing here? Driftwood? Pile of driftwood? That's right. No wonder people
Oh,
aren't traveling by rail. You
Hmm.
belong in a museum. I may be
there
old,
goes
but
the
I'm still
insult.
useful.
Yeah.
As what? A hen house? Go turn yourself into the scrapyard, love. You passed it. Don't talk to her like that. Ah, defending your lady love. How sweet. All right, what's going on here? You causing trouble again, Bulgy? I told you to stop calling me that. I will when you stop giving them grief. Pah, I shouldn't be surprised a relic like you is standing up for them. Where do you get off calling me a relic? Pipsqueaks like you were alright back in the day, but now you're too small in size to be of any use. That's why they brought in big, strong lads like me. With an attitude like that, your career will definitely be a short one, but longer than yours. One day, railways will be ripped up. Don't believe me? Go check out George's handiwork. This might be a good time to
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
the other developments on Sodor. In my story about beaching, you may recall how the good doctor closed down down several facilities. By this point, most had been decommissioned and auctioned off. These properties were turned into business or housing estates. George had been involved in several of these projects and reveled in every minute. His latest one involved working along the Little Western, which posed a unique set of problems. Hello, Ollie. Like what I've done with the place? Can you call the police, Sam? Why? Because they missed rounding up some vandals. This isn't vandalism, it's progress. There's been a lot of it these past few years. Now that the bridge is done, I imagine there'll be a lot more to come. In your dreams, I'm living the dream, mate. I'm turning no good railways into something useful. God bless Dr. Beeching. That might be the second most offensive phrase I've ever heard. And what was the first? Heil Hitler. Now that I think about it, he and the good doctor had a lot in common. Both had a single-minded vision that caused a lot of pain and suffering, and both had mindless fools supporting them. Oh, I don't listen to this.
I've got it, damn it, George.
Hold on, wait. Stop.
That was your fault. No, it wasn't. It was yours.
Isn't the same thing with Sir Handel?
Okay, your thing
I'm
kind
sorry,
of froze,
but
so I
how
didn't
was it
see that.
his fault? He distracted me. He basically called me a Nazi. That hurt almost as much as the time he ran into me. When was that? Back when I helped build this branch, I had to grade the line. It was very humiliating. Me and Oliver were at a job site one day. We got into a tiff while I was crossing the track. He lashed out by running into me. Rubbish! You deliberately blocked his way. How do you know? Because I was there. You cut him off and refused to move, and he didn't run into you. He barely tapped you. It must have been a hard tap because I broke down the next day. He and Duck laughed at me when that happened. The swine. With brutes like that in their ranks, it's no wonder people are avoiding the railway. Not everyone. There's been a change in the schedule, Bulgy. Tomorrow, you and me will be bringing a load of rail fans to Tidmouth. What? Can't you manage that on your own? No, I can't. There's too many. Oh? Sounds like you're too small in size to handle the job on your own. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, if it gets you to behave, fine, I'll agree. Dispatch will give you the details in the morning. Good night. Rail fans. Why do people waste their time looking at those antiques instead of modern wonders like us? Search me. Too bad there isn't a way we can spoil their
more money than you. Oh, you're joking.
Oi, get off the track! What do you think I'm trying to do? Looks like you're just sitting there. What's the problem? I felt a sharp jolt while crossing and my engine stalled. Don't you know you're supposed to keep these things in good nick? We've a case against you. There's nothing wrong with the track. This is deliberate. And that's slander. I'm a witness. Pah. How are we doing, Sam? On time. That's what makes it so criminal. I'll give you one more minute and I'll shift you myself. Good luck with that, old man. I'm full of rocks. Nope, it's no use. Can't you push him out the way? I could, but it's funnier if I don't. Fine, I'll move him. You can't do that, can't I? We'll have the law on you. What's your point? Stop him! Ah, you're insured, aren't you? All right. I'll move him. Suffering stacks. Fizzling fireboxes, hurry up! Oi!
Oh.
I'll do you for that! Roll on me old beauty!
It's gonna be a fight.
I was just hit and run. Oh my god. He's actually...
He's on the rails.
Man.
Okay, that was idiotic for both of them.
I kind of expected that, actually.
Rail tour canceled today.
All aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Why, you mean Scarlet Deceiver! I know you had something to do with this. The only thing I'm guilty of is doing my job. You should try it sometime. Don't worry, I'll get them to Warrington faster than you ever could. Rubbish! It's much further by road. Yes, but I know a secret shortcut. What secret shortcut? I guess you don't know the meaning of the word secret. Is that why they call you Duck? Because you're a bird brain? Ooh!
Oh!
He's gonna get stuck under the
That's
bridge.
just disrespect.
Yeah.
Wait, a secret shortcut. Oh, I get where he's going.
Yeah, I told you just now. Yep, watch. Big Casual 14.9 bridge. All those videos. Holy.
Hopkins auto repair.
Right.
What?
Hold on.
Squished. So that was your shortcut? Must have been a real secret if you didn't know it wasn't big enough. I thought I'd fit. Looks like you were wrong. I guess being small in size isn't such a bad thing after all. Wouldn't you agree, Rupert?
Alright.
Several heads rolled that day, let me tell you. Oliver and George were severely reprimanded for their duel, but only the latter was sent away. It seems that was the last straw for the Steamrollers managers. He would spend the rest of his days building motorways across Britain. Bulgy was also sent packing, as people avoided him like the plague. I don't know what happened to him, but I like to think he's a henhouse now. In such a state, he can surely do no harm. As for Onslow, I'm pleased to say he learned sense. He still works on Sodor and is a much kinder chap who's willing to work alongside us when necessary, even though his
Finally,
company
a
may take
lorry
a lot
that
of our
changes
goods
his
work.
ways.
The changing nature
Right,
of the
yeah.
industry meant we would recover on that front, and in a very big
container
way.
shipping.
Our passenger traffic would also recuperate thanks in large part to the bridge. More people were now able to visit the island much easier. Since most of them were rail fans, they flocked towards us. From that point on, every excursion we ran was fully booked. Indeed, we had to put on extra trains to keep up with demand. Unfortunately, there was a downside to the increased presence of rail enthusiasts, but that is
Oh, right,
a
yep.
story for another day.
Yeah.
Well, that does it.
Yeah. So next time we're gonna be it's gonna be enthusiasts.
And we already know how tourists are back in those times.
Right.
Yeah.
Even today, enthusiasts are a nuisance. But right. So that's gonna do it, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for watching, guys. Um, that's gonna do it for today's video. Go subscribe to Aceblitz and go subscribe to Victor Tanzig. We'll see you all next time for episode 3. This is Landmac32 signing off. Stay frosty, boys.